Good evening, everyone. Good evening, everyone. Thank you all so much for joining us here at the Wilmington Hope Commission for our 2023 graduation, and all of our graduates that are here and celebrating them on their work over the last 6, 9 to 12 months, and then those participants that are currently in our program and them looking forward to this time next year graduating as well. This program is a partnership between the Wilmington Hope Commission, the state of Delaware, through the Delaware Department of Corrections, the Delaware Department of Health and Social Services, particularly the Division of DSAM, and also through the Delaware Superior Court. This work would not be successful without the commitment of the members of the Delaware Superior Court. In particular, I believe he's here, Judge Butler, who's here, that'll come and greet you in a moment, for his commitment to the reentry court program. Before we get started, I do want to recognize some of our board members here at the Wilmington Hope Commission. If I ask all my board members if they would stand, and let's thank those board members that are here this evening. At this time, I'd like to introduce our partner in this work, who heads up Delaware's reentry court, Judge Charles Butler. Just your regular greeting.
Yeah, I can't resist saying a few words, even though there's no time on the clock for me. But first of all, Jill, we love you. You're the best ever, the best ever. In the field of corrections, the thought has been for many, many years that you can force change, that if we put you in jail and deliver negative feedback and negative consequences, enough negativity and enough consequences and enough jail and enough this will change behaviors. And the Achievement Center and the Reentry Court is dedicated to the proposition that there's more to it than that, that does not produce good results. And we know that because the recidivism rate stinks. So it doesn't, this is not some sort of hug-a-thug nonsense. Just basic, simple common sense says you don't keep doing the same thing, getting bad results. You try something different. And so we started with trying something different. And we now understand, and I know I'm preaching to the choir here, we now understand that in order to affect change, you don't simply force it, you have to bring some love. And that's what the Achievement Center does for our cohort. They have to bring some compassion, you have to bring some understanding and some love. These things sit side by side. They're not against each other. It's not either or. It's not one or the other. But you have to bring it, because the change is hard. And anybody here can tell you that. Change is hard. And so what are the elements of change? Well, one of the elements is compulsion. But the other element, and the one that's been missing for years, is compassion. And we see it now, and we see it in the Achievement Center, and we see it in the wonderful work done by Jill and by the rest of Darius and the rest of the staff here at the Achievement Center. And I'm just a cheerleader. I'm just here to support it, and I support it 100%. And thank you for all the work that's done here every day. Okay.
Thank you, Judge Butler. Do want to recognize some of our elected officials that continue to support our work. Our 3rd District Councilwoman from Wilmington City Council, Councilwoman Xanthia Oliver, is here. As well as our State Representative, Franklin D. Cook Jr. is here. So thank you both for being here. Representative Cook, I can't make you say anything tonight. Okay. You want to say it up here? Okay.
I'm supposed to be with the governor down at the fair tonight. This is the fair right here, helping our people get to another plateau. And these gentlemen that has taken on this challenge, and my old boss was staying up here talking. Charlie Butler used to be my boss. So I'm just not going to hide anything or be behind anything. Everybody here knows I was a cop for 30 years. And I got to thank Darius, but I got to thank you all because we came out with some bills called Clean Slate. Letting brothers, sisters, I don't care who you are, clean your records off and move forward in housing, education, and doing the things that we need to do for our families and for our people out here in the state of Delaware. So I want to thank Judge Butler. I want to thank you all because without you all, there's no me. But these programs, we need them. We need to get some of these young guys in here. These young, you guys are leaders. And that next step is getting these young men in here to get in here and do these programs. I talked to a guy just yesterday. He was a little scared of going to a program because he was just shy. But I told him, come over to the Hope and see all the reentry stuff that they're doing over there. Our men, the people that look like us and look like other folks that are over here doing this program to make sure that it goes forward and it works. 'Cause like I said, this is my third or fourth one. I'm supposed to be in Dover. I chose to be here because we need this in the state of Delaware, and it needs to keep growing and growing and growing. And thank you to your staff. I talk too much.
You got bus stops out here, little kids on the stops, drug paraphernalia is around, alcohol bottles. I think right there it's important, that our youth don't see that kind of stuff, where they live at. Also, it's just helping the community. Me, myself, I used to look down or look at jobs like this. Man, I ain't doing that, but as I get older, you get a better perspective coming home, walking into your home and it's clean versus coming home and, walking into your home and it's dirty,
We try to get as much as we can because we know that the community, I like to say the community is like our home. And if you invite me to your home, you wouldn't want your house to be all dirty and whatnot. So when people come into our community, we want them to be able to see that in the black community or any community, but particularly the black community, right? Our community is clean. Make sure that the neighborhood is safe so that when the children go by and they can be able to play right without worrying about glass or without worrying about bottles and different stuff. They won't have to worry about that. They can just walk on and play and do whatever they do. Or get ready to head over to school.
And I think that programs like this need to be also added through funding, in other cities, like you say, the surrounding areas like Chester, maybe Darby, and et cetera, all the tri-state area if possible.
Everybody going. Good job, good job.
Good evening, everybody. My name is Terrell Watson. I'm one of the 2 peer mentors here. One of the things that I'm tasked to do is run the clean team, as I just saw. The clean team is made possible through a grant through the mayor's office, and some of the key things that it does is, one, beautifies the community. As y'all heard Fatir say, it's a lot of drug paraphernalia, glass, trash, and things on the ground, so that just makes the community a better place for the kids to go out and have a safe, clean place to play. Another thing it does, it employs members of the community at a rate higher than minimum wage. So the ladies and gentlemen that I have working for me, they're able to come in here at a good time of the day for their kids, work at, as I said, above minimum wage, take home a nice little paycheck. And then it promotes a sense of community. I don't even know if y'all know this, my clean team, but I have people that come in here every day and say, hey, how do I get a job with y'all? I spoke to the clean team. They told me about all the things you do here. I can get my GED. I can get all this help here. So I don't know if y'all know that, but y'all are actually a big help in that. Could I actually get y'all to come up here for a second? All my clean team, the ones that are here, thank y'all. So this is most of my team. They're here 7 o'clock sharp every day in the morning. They do a really good job, so I just want to appreciate y'all. And then here at the Hope Commission, we are very grateful to be one of the organizations that has a clean team. There are a lot of other organizations, but we are one of them. So we wanted to show our appreciation to Mayor Purzycki and the mayor's office just for letting us be allowed to do something like this and help the community. Mayor Purzycki could not be here, but I believe I have Greg Morris here to come accept the award on his behalf, if you could, Mr. Morris. I don't know if you want to say anything on behalf of the mayor. Yeah, I'll be brief. Thank you.
Good evening. My name is Gregory Lloyd Morris. I'm Special Assistant to the Mayor for the City of Wilmington. First, I want to commend the program for what it means to the community. I want to also thank your director, Darius Brown, for continuing the vision. And also just a reminder from the Mayor that none of us are the sum of our last mistake. And this organization represents second, third, 15th chances. So I'm very proud to be here. Thank you for this. I will let the mayor know. Congratulations to all of you. Thank you.
Thank you.
I've been at ShopRite for almost about 5 months now. Been at the Hope Commission for about 7 months. The program's a good program. It helps me deal with structure, coming out of the prison system. It helps me get other benefits that I need, such as like health care. It teaches you that doing the things that I've done wasn't the right way. There's a right way to get the things you need done, needed, and done. It helps me deal with my own personal issues as far as family, how to cope with situations between relationships with my significant other, how to like deal with children when you get frustrated. It has done a lot for me. It really taught me how to think before I react to certain situations, to whereas though earlier I would have just done it instead of thinking about the outcome. But now it's just like, nah, don't even do it because you'll suffer this consequence or this could happen. And I wouldn't want that. I got a family to provide for, you know what I mean? I'm just trying to stay here for them, you know what I mean? Be the best person that I can be.
Good evening. How's everybody doing? My name is Jamal Maddox. I'm one of the peer mentors here at the Hope Commission, and I've also been honored with the task of helping to improve our workforce development initiatives. We're currently in the process of rolling out Hope Industries, where we will be partnering with different sponsors and community associates to provide more training, education, and stable employment opportunities for y'all, our different clients, and the surrounding community. To our partners, sponsors, and community associates, none of this would be possible without y'all. Nothing. And with that, I'd like to take the time to highlight one of our partners for their service and support of a justice-involved workforce development, which is J.P. Morgan and Chase. And from J.P. Morgan and Chase, we have Mr. Darren Wilson.
Good evening. Nah, come on. I know it's hot outside, but it's not hot in here. Good evening, everyone. Good evening. That's a lot better. Well, my name is Darren Wilson. I am a member of J.P. Morgan Chase. I'm the community manager. I would say Chase has made a financial commitment to make changes all across America, and especially here in Delaware, because we have a large presence. Yes, we may have dealt in giving out money to support various organizations, but what's more important, we've given out manpower, individuals who want to have an impact. We are down in the courthouses changing legislation. You have individuals like myself, or primarily I would say me, that come here and work with these fine gentlemen in teaching them financial literacy. So we're not just about money, but we are about changing behaviors. And in my role, I'm about changing behaviors financially. It's one thing to change your life and change your values, but I'm gonna help you keep moving forward financially. So I'm happy for you guys. I wanna continue the support of this organization because I believe in it. I support my brother, Darius Brown, and I support this organization. And we're gonna continue to do so going forward. Thank you. I grew up on East 29th Street, and I grew up in Oakmont, so this is my hometown. Okay. All right. Okay. Thank you.
I drive for Amazon currently. I do drive a van during the week. I drive my personal vehicle on my off days to make more money through Amazon. So, you know, I'm making a living through Amazon right now. I've been with the Hope Commission for going on about 7 months now. Currently right now I'm in the HEAP program. The HEAP program is for selective field. It's just real. It's no sugarcoat enough. We dive into our life. We see who we really was. We see who we are. You know what I'm saying? Fatherhood, how we was as a child, how we treating our children, things of that nature. You know. Currently, I'm working on my own business. I'm in the process of getting my truck. I will be subcontracting with Amazon and amongst other things. The Hope Commission has helped me a lot with that. You know, they helped me get my business license, helped me get my actual license, first and foremost, helped me get my business license. They're assisting me with my truck that I'm getting ready to purchase more likely today. So they're assisting me with a lot, man. I appreciate the help. Learn what you learn, get what you can get out of it, and move forward in life, man. Progress. It's all about progress.
I'm Kiana White. I'm a reentry navigator here. So I have the pleasure of getting to know the guys one-on-one and individually. And whenever we sit down one-on-one, one of the first questions I ask is, what are your goals? And some guys, their whole body language change and their face lights up and they tell you, you know, I want to be my own boss. I want to have my own business. And we got a lot of those messages. So we started working with the small business groups. They come in, Delaware Small Business Development Center comes in, they do groups for our guys, and it really sparks something in them. The guys who didn't want to be an entrepreneur, they come out and they tell me new ideas. So a lot of the times it really does spread hope, so to say, just them coming here, and we need that within this demographic, our communities. It's a good thing, and it's nice to be able to watch it from the ground up. I remember Mr. Wiggins, who y'all just seen in that video, sitting up front with him, helping him with his business plan. His nickname is Wiggs, so I told him he should call it Wigs on Wheels, but he was like, nah. So we moved on, but you know, it's nice to see that. Him telling me his business goals, not 1 year down the line, but 5 years, 10 years. So those groups kind of spark that in them and give them the resources that they don't naturally have. So those are blessings. Mr. Sullins, I remember him excited calling, like, I got the van, I got the trailer I can use for my mobile barbershop. Like, I remember all those calls, and it's thanks to Capital One and the small business group that helped that. So today I want to give a special thanks to Nicole Cohen from the Delaware Small Business Development Center, if you're here. If not, thank you. We appreciate too. You guys put in the work and they really appreciate that. Mhm.
This is my first time being here, and I am so blown. I am with the Small Business Development Center, and I am also an advisor for a Community Navigator program. That program was created for this audience. There was a young lady, Denita Henderson, that got $2.5 million to do just what we're doing. And she caught up with Darius, and Darius was one of the first organizations to grab the hook. Those of you, when I hear about businesses, Darius saw me, I just light up. Anybody will tell you, if they do all the good research, that prior to the Community Navigator, I was the only African American advisor in the state of Delaware. That was pitiful. So now we have a larger crew. My passion is to grow small businesses with a focus on Black and brown businesses. And I have started more businesses single-handedly than anybody else in SBDC. and I'm not bragging, because I'm trying to retire, and people won't let me retire. But I hear about the cutting hair on wheels and the other gentleman. And what we want you to know is that if something happens through this program in terms of Community Navigator, we're praying we'll get some more money. But the Small Business Development Center will help you as long as you are in business at no charge, even if it's the next 20 years. We are committed, and we're supposed to. So you have to hold us accountable. So when I retire, you still call SBDC and you say, look, I need an advisor. Okay?
Yeah. That's a thing. Yeah. Thank you. We appreciate, I just want to say we appreciate this award. I'm Nicole Cowan. I'm the operations manager at the Delaware Small Business Development Center. And I had the privilege of being able to come down every week and train a lot of the guys in here and hear about your stories. And I'm up here writing stuff on the whiteboard, and we're making different analogies, but it's a passion of mine. And anybody who works in any type of small business development that especially relates to, as they like to call, the underserved community, we're here to serve, and we're here to do that, and it's a personal passion of mine. And I love to hear all the success stories, because we would be working hard in that class when they weren't asleep. But that's because they was working hard all day, you know, and it doesn't stop. And so we appreciate this award. We appreciate the partnership and the ability to pass on that knowledge that we have to all of you at no cost all the time. So thank you guys. Appreciate it.
Been with the Hope Commission for going on 3 years now. And probably my favorite part about my job is just being relatable to the members. I'm justice involved myself. So coming from a very similar environment, being around guys that look like me, talk like me, pretty much could be me, aside from a few different circumstances and choices in life, it's just very fulfilling for me to be able to give back in that kind of way. A big part of our program is the CBI curriculum, CBI, CBT, cognitive behavioral intervention or therapy. But mine is a little tailor-made for our population. It's called the HEAT program. And it's the things you would normally hear in CBI, just doing the right thing, staying drug-free, living a pretty much structured life, but it's in terms that I can relate to them. So, you know, you could tell a guy, you should have better communication with your child's mother. Or you could say something to the effect of, we got to get rid of the baby mama drama, y'all. And that would be a more relatable topic to open up more conversation points. We just try to give back to the community the best that we can, whether it be bus passes, job fairs, technical training, enrolling in school. We just try to do what we can to make the community a better place. The fact that I can just input positive things into them and help their life get better is really what I live for.
And I wanted to take a couple of minutes to tell you a little bit about one of the core components of our reentry program, which Terrell just mentioned, which is our cognitive behavioral interventions that we do in group. Cognitive behavioral therapy is basically the idea that how we think affects how we feel and how we act, and that if we can change our thinking, we can change our behavior patterns. So we've been doing CBI groups here at the Achievement Center since the program started. But recently, we started also doing a newer group called HEAT. And HEAT stands for Habilitation, Empowerment, Accountability Therapy. And it's a trauma-informed program that's specifically designed for African American men who've been involved in the justice system. So we're still doing our original CBI groups, but now we have some of the members in the HEAT groups. And the idea is that over time, we'll be able to compare the experiences and the outcomes between those two groups. So to tell you a little more about HEAT, I would like to introduce Dr. Doug Marlowe from the National Association of Drug Court Professionals.
Thank you, Jill. Thank you, Senator Brown, for inviting me to be here. It is truly my honor to be able to honor what you guys have accomplished. I am from the National Association of Drug Court Professionals. I am the science person for that organization. My job is to figure out what programs like Reentry Court, like HOPE, figure out what they're doing right and make sure other programs do it. Figure out what they're doing wrong and make programs stop doing it and do research on it to prove it. And one of the areas where we as a field, as an organization, have failed miserably is in racial, ethnic, cultural justice, quite frankly. I'm ashamed to admit that studies of our programs have shown that black men, Hispanic men, men of color particularly men of color, are less likely to get into our programs, to get access to the services they need. They're less likely to be referred, they're less likely to be accepted, and they're less likely to complete. And there's been a lot of people who are saying, well, that's because of all these other issues, without ever saying that's because we're not doing it right. And so, working with some colleagues of mine, black men with involvement in the justice system, they developed an intervention called HEAT that Jill described, which doesn't treat racial injustice as something for other people to worry about. It considers racial injustice to be the reason why these men are here, or part of the reason, and needs to be addressed directly. It should be obvious to you, I'm not the person who developed it. I'm not an expert in it. What I am is the researcher. I am here studying HEAT, studying it here. I'm studying it in Philadelphia, Indianapolis, several other cities. And if I can show that this works, and so far it looks like it does, then it will become a best practice. It will become a standard of care for the justice system. That's my goal, that's why I'm here, and that's why these men are so important to me, to you, to our criminal justice system. So thank you very much for the opportunity. I really am honored. Thank you.
I knew from me doing 22 years in jail that I was going to need that at 50 years old. At the time I was 50, coming home to a world that I know nothing about. When I came home to the Plummer House, I know I needed something. I said, man, am I going to be on
walking up and down Market Street with a Wawa bag with everything I own in it? Or am I gonna swim? Am I gonna grind? Am I gonna get it? I took advantage of getting my license back together so I can drive. They gave me money for that. Took advantage of the opportunities they had on a bulletin board. Most people don't. They just come to work and keep it going. And it's not too much of what you can do for me in the Hope Commission. The Hope Commission is about what you can do in the Hope Commission. You know what I'm saying? If you're open for the information instead of trying to get the heck out of jail. You always got to remember, and I tell the guys this, is think about who you're going to upset if you F up. You done came this long way. Your aunt, your mom, your kids. I ain't even talking about you. You know what I mean? We talking about the other element of people, your family, that's gonna be like, well, Tony done lost his job. He done went and robbed and killed somebody. The possibility of change is always there. You have to want it.
My name is Empress. I'm the administrator here at the Hope Commission, and I'm also Mr. Darius Brown's boss. So we are going to begin the certificate ceremony. Yeah. So if I could have all of our board members please come up to join Darius. Okay, all right. All right, so first we have Dominique Cobb. Isaiah Cleveland. Anthony Dreyer. Brandon Tan. Jerome Sullins. Chaz Smith. Michael Wiggins. Kyrie Wise. Omari Jones. Daryl Kelly. Eugene Madry. All right, congratulations, guys.
On behalf of the staff at the Wilmington Hope Commission and all of our board members and partners, want to thank you all for joining us at our 2023 graduation. Want to highlight just some of the investment we made from last year, that some of you that were here last year, and some of the check presentations that were made last year to see our members follow through with business plans and start their businesses, not only through Sellens and Wiggins, but also through Cleveland. So every polo that our members wear when they go to court with Judge Butler and that they have here for graduation is part of Cleveland's apparel company, clothing line, clothing brand. So, so we want you to also support his work, and we look forward to all of our partners being with us throughout this upcoming year as we look to celebrate our graduates next year. We have refreshments for everyone in the kitchen, and with that, y'all have a great evening.